Bangladesh's next parliament election will be free and fair, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus assures British MP Rupa Haq. Textbook distribution among the students scheduled on the first day of the year being late due to political changeover. NCTB fixed January 20 to complete the book distribution. Anti-Discrimination Student Movement and Jatiyo Nagorik Committee announced mass contact program from January 6 to 11 across the country on proclamation of July Uprising. Awami League-related businessman provides flat in London to Tulip Siddiq free of cost, reports UK-based Financial Times. Like December, remittance to continue keeping its upward trend in coming days, hopes Bangladesh Bank Governor. Sun visible in the capital after 2 days. At a stretch, cold wave may hit the country again from January 9, says Met Office. 9,237 people died in road, rail and river accidents in 2024. Of them, 8,543 died in road accidents, informs Jatri Kollan Shomiti. 59 more Palestinians killed and 273 injured in Israeli attacks in Gaza during 24 hours. And in BPL cricket, Rangpur Riders tops the point table after the first phase in Dhaka. The second phase to begin in Sylhet on January 6. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is News at 10 on BTV and BTV World. I am Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui. You just heard the headlines. Let's move on to the details of those and other stories. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has assured British parliamentarian Rupa Haq that the next general election in Bangladesh would be completely free and fair. People could not vote in the last 3 elections. There was a fake parliament, fake MPs and a fake speaker. Professor Yunus told Rupa Haq as she called on the Chief Advisor at the State Guest House Jamuna today. The whole country has now got their voices back. Their voice was taken away forcibly, said Professor Yunus. Rupa Haq inquires about the tentative date for the next general election, the reform initiatives undertaken by the interim government of Bangladesh, and the participation process of political parties. Professor Yunus told her that there are 2 possible timelines for the next general election, December 2025 or mid-2026. The election date depends on how much reform people want, he said. Rupa Haq expressed her willingness to return to Bangladesh to observe the next general election. Deputy High Commissioner and Development Director of British High Commission in Dhaka, James Goldman, was also present on the occasion. Earlier, Rupa Haq was part of a UK business delegation that held a meeting with the Special Envoy to Chief Advisor Lutfi Siddiqui, by BIDA Chairman Ashik Mahmood Chaudhry and Senior Secretary for SDG Affairs Lamia Murshid over trade and investment in Bangladesh. UK BCCI Chairman Iqbal Ahmed and UK BCCI President MG Maula Mia are leading the delegation. Lutfi Siddiqui invited British businessmen and women, including people of Bangladesh origin, to invest in the country, saying the interim government has undertaken sweeping reforms to attract foreign direct investment. Following the political changeover, it was not possible to distribute textbooks to all the students free of cost on the first day of the new year due to various reasons, including changes in the curriculum. The National Curriculum and Textbook Board (NCTB) revised 441 textbooks by 41 experts. Numerous contents have been added and removed from these books. NCTB has set the target to print all books by 20th of January. NCTB Chairman Professor Dr. A.K.M. Riazul Hassan said they are working to distribute books by 20th of January. This year, local printing houses have been given the works of printing books, excluding the Indian institutions. Throughout the day and night, efforts are made to meet the deadline. The printing companies are hopeful that they will be able to prepare the books within the stipulated time despite having some challenges. Anti-discrimination student movement and Jatiyo Nagarik Committee has announced public relations programs across the country from January 6 to 11 on the issue of proclamation of July Revolution. Convener of Anti-Discrimination Student Movement Hasnat Abdullah made the announcement at a joint press conference at the central office of the platform in the capital's Bangla Motor today. He said opinions regarding the proclamation of July Revolution will be taken from students and masses through the public relations programs. At the joint press conference, convener of Jatiyo Nagarik Committee Nasiruddin Patwari said all political parties have positive responses and cooperation over the proclamation of July Revolution. Tulip Siddique, Economic Secretary to the Treasury and City Minister in the UK, reportedly received a flat in central London in 2004 without payment from a developer connected to the ousted Awami League government in Bangladesh led by her aunt Sheikh Hasina. British daily Financial Times cited land registry filings while reporting on the property handing over process. Tulip is the daughter of Sheikh Rehana, sister of the ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The property gift raises questions amid ongoing investigations into corruption linked to Sheikh Hasina and her family members in Bangladesh. A political rival of Sheikh Hasina accused her family, including Tulip, of taking a cut from a Russia-backed nuclear power project, claims they have denied. Previously, the majority of the nation's remittances came through Hundi illegally. However, the situation is now entirely different. After the 5th of August, expatriates are sending more remittances through legal channels. As a result, the amount of remittances is increasing in the following months. In the continuation of this, Bangladesh received 263 crore 90 lakh US dollar as remittance in last December, which is equivalent of around 32,000 crore taka. This is the highest remittance in the country's history in a single month. In the month of victory, expatriates have shattered the record. During an exclusive interview with Bangladesh television, Bangladesh Bank Governor Ahsan H. Mansoor said the size of remittance is increasing as there is no money laundering as before. He hoped this trend will continue in the upcoming days. He said remittances of about $27 billion came to the country in the last year, which is 22% more than the previous year. This has become possible due to official increase of the dollar price by 9% and the reduction in money laundering, he added. Ahsan H. Mansoor said in each month of last year except July, remittances exceeded $2 billion. Bangladesh Bank Governor sought cooperation from the expatriates in strengthening the country's economy. In order to stop the use of banned polythene shopping bags, the Environment Ministry and the Department of Environment jointly carried out monitoring at Hatirpul and Polashi kitchen markets in the capital today. At that time, Chief of the Joint Monitoring Team, Tapan Kumar Biswas, said the government is committed to implementing the decision banning polythene shopping bags. He said all have to be conscious about this alongside abiding by the decision of the government. The Environment Ministry and the Department of Environment have been jointly monitoring markets to stop the use of polythene shopping bags since last November. Polythene bags cause damage to the environment largely. Those who attacked shrines and Khanqa Sharif are terrorists and goons. They must be brought under the purview of law after identifying. Nagarik Oikyo President Mahmudur Rahman Manna said this at a discussion meeting in the capital today. Bangladesh Tariqat Parishad has organized the program at the National Press Club. Mahmudur Rahman Manna mentioned that they want to establish such a democratic society where the rights of minorities will be ensured. Presided over by Bangladesh Tariqat Federation President Pir Bashar Khandani, the program was addressed by President of Amar Bangladesh Party Mujibur Rahman Monju, President of Gano Adhikar Parishad Colonel retired Mia Mosiuzzan, and Dhaka University Professor Dr. Shah Kausar Mustafa. The Dhaka International Trade Fair was bushed with buyers, sellers and enthusiasts on the second day of the holiday today. The buyers were seen moving from one shop to another to purchase products of their choice. On the other hand, the sellers have expressed satisfaction over the volume of sale. Braving cold weather, people with their near and dear ones started thronging the fair premises since morning. People of various ages also came to the trade fair from the capital and adjoining areas. At the fair, the ice cream lovers came to the ice cream pavilion to buy ice cream of their choice despite biting cold. Memoirs of 1952, 71 and 2024 was highlighted in the trade fair. Besides local pavilions, the people also visited international pavilions to have a look and buy foreign products. Now, international news. Israeli forces have killed 59 Palestinians and injured 273 in the Gaza Strip over the past 24 hours reporting period. Amnesty International said Israel's detention of Kamal Adwan hospital director is emblematic of the genocidal intent on Israel's broader attempts to annihilate Gaza's health care sector. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk said the world body recorded 136 Israeli attacks on 27 health facilities in Gaza, causing significant death and destruction. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 45,717 Palestinians and wounded 108,856 since October 7, 2023. In a statement, Gaza's health ministry said a number of victims are still under the rubble and on the roads which the ambulance and civil defense crews cannot reach. 5 years after the COVID-19 pandemic, China is witnessing an outbreak of the human metapneumovirus HMPV. According to reports and social media posts, hospitals are overcrowded with infected individuals and crematories are overwhelmed. Some social media users claim that multiple viruses, including influenza A, HMPV, mycoplasma pneumonia, and COVID-19, are circulating in China. There are even claims that China has declared a state of emergency. However, there is no official confirmation. HMPV causes flu-like symptoms. The virus usually affects the upper respiratory system, but it can sometimes cause lower respiratory infections. HMPV is more common in winter and early spring. HMPV symptoms are similar to those of flu or common cold. It can spread from an infected individual to others through coughing, sneezing, or personal contact. The judge has ordered that Donald Trump will be sentenced on 10 January in his hush money case in New York, less than 2 weeks before he is set to be sworn in as president. New York Justice Juan Merchan signaled he would not sentence Trump to jail time, probation or fine, but instead give him an unconditional discharge, and wrote in his order that the president-elect could appear in person or virtually for the hearing. Trump had attempted to use his presidential election victory to have the case against him dismissed. The president-elect has posted on social media dismissing the judge's order as an illegitimate political attack and calling the case nothing but a rigged charade. Trump's spokesperson Stephen Chung earlier called the order part of a witch hunt. Justice Merchan said he had been advised of several measures he could employ that could assuage Trump's concerns about being distracted by a criminal case while serving as president that fell short of the extreme remedy or overturning the jury's verdict. The United States approved the potential sale to Japan of air-to-air missiles produced by RTX Corporation in a deal valued at as much as $3.64 billion. The State Department said in a statement that a sale would be consistent with U.S. foreign policy and national security and help Japan protect its homeland and U.S. personnel stationed there. It will also bolster the security of a major ally that is a force for political stability and economic progress in the Indo-Pacific region, it said. The Japanese government has requested to buy as many as 1,200 AIM-120D3 and AIM-120C8 advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles, as well as related equipments, spares and support materials, according to the statement. The missiles can be launched from aircraft, including the F-15 and F-35, which Japan operates. Back to home news. The sun has been visible in the capital today after 2 days. Temperature has increased a bit in the city as well as across the country. Meanwhile, the meteorological department says the cold wave may hit the country again from January 9. Meteorologist Dr. Mohammad Abul Kalam Mollik said some places in Sylhet and Mymensingh divisions may experience light rain on January 8. The lowest temperature in the country today was recorded 9.4 degrees Celsius in Tetulia. The lowest temperature in Dhaka was 13 degrees Celsius. Weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow says weather may remain dry with temporary partly cloudy sky over the country. Moderate to thick fog may occur over the country during midnight to morning, and it may continue at places till noon. Night temperature may rise slightly and day temperature may rise 1 to 2 degrees Celsius over the country. Meanwhile, many people thronged Dhaka's Romna Park in the morning to have physical exercise. The intensity of cold could not stop them. There were instruments at the park for physical exercise. Health workers were there at every gate with instruments for measuring diabetes and blood pressure. On the other hand, the severe cold disrupted lives in many places of the country. Working class people and the destitute have to suffer the most due to cold. The government as well as individuals are coming forward with winter clothes to help the destitute. In 2024, 9,237 people were killed and 13,190 injured in accidents on road, rail and waterways. These casualties occurred in 6,974 accidents. Of these, 8,543 people were killed and 12,608 others injured in 6,359 road accidents. Bangladesh Jatri Kollan Shomiti Secretary General Muzammil Haq Chaudhry came up with the disclosure at a press conference at the Shagur Rooney Auditorium of Dhaka Reporters Unity DRU today. In the report, he said 512 people were killed and 315 injured in 497 accidents on the railway. In the 118 accidents on waterways, 182 people were killed, 267 injured and 155 went missing. During this period, 2,570 people were killed and 3,151 injured in 2,329 motorcycle accidents. In the last 10 years, the number of motorcycles has increased from 1.5 million to 6 million. 6 million new battery-operated rickshaws are on the road, as well as the increase of small vehicles, and these vehicles are plying freely on roads and highways, defying the government's ban. Road accidents increased by 1.54%, deaths by 7.5% and injuries by 17.73% in 2024 compared to 2023. And now, sports news. Rangpur Riders are at the top of the points table after the first phase of the Bangladesh Premier League BPL in Dhaka. Nurul Hassan Chauhan's team is at the top of the table with 6 points after winning 3 matches of the 3. Mehdi Hassan Miraj's Khulna Tigers are second in the table with 100% wins from 2 matches. Chittagong Kings are third in the table with 1 win and 1 loss from 2 matches. Defending champions Fortune Borishal are in the 4th position in the table with 1 win and 1 loss from 2 matches. Darbar Rajshahi are 5th in the table with 2 losses from 3 matches and 2 points from 1 win. However, Dhaka Capitals played 3 matches and Sylhet Strikers played 1 match, but they have not yet got any points. The second phase of BPL will begin in Sylhet on January 6. India are leading by 145 runs against Australia at the stumps of the second day of the Sydney Test. At the end of the day, India scored 141 runs for 6 wickets in the second innings. Earlier, Australia started batting on the second day of the first innings with overnight score of 9 runs for 1 wicket. The Aussies were all out for 181 runs in the first innings. India scored 185 runs in the first innings. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Bangladesh's next parliament election will be free and fair, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus assures British MP Rupa Haq. Textbook distribution among the students scheduled on the first day of the year being late due to political changeover. NCTB fixed January 20 to complete the book distribution. Anti-Discrimination Student Movement and Jatiya Nagrik Committee announced mass contact program from January 6 to 11 across the country on proclamation of July pricing. Awami League-related businessman provides flat in London to Tulip Siddiq free of cost, reports UK-based Financial Times. Like December, remittance to continue keeping its upward trend in coming days, hopes Bangladesh Bank Governor. Sun is visible in the capital after 2 days. At a stretch, cold wave may hit the country again from January 9, says Met Office. 9,237 people died in road, rail and river accidents in 2024. Of them, 8,543 died in road accidents, informs Jatri Kollan Shomiti. 59 more Palestinians killed and 273 injured in Israeli attacks in Gaza during 24 hours. And in BPL cricket, Rangpur Riders tops the point table after the first phase in Dhaka. The second phase to begin in Sylhet on January 6. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us. Our next bulletin is coming up at 11:30 in Bangla. Watch please. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.